Hello there, this is Rom Wills coming back at you with yet another car video. Men need to be realistic about a sexy woman's body count. And this is kind of a follow-up to yesterday, because yesterday on that video I was talking about the body count because it was in response to a video by C Boogie, where a woman said the average woman's body count is 6 and stuff. But then this particular woman, she said hers was 8, but she only counted certain men. Yeah, all right. But and then on that video, this brother, I'll call him Brother Ben, he had a very insightful comment because he said, if you get a woman, like say she's 25, she's been hit on every single day for 10 years. And let's say she only slept with 1% of those men. So that's 365,000, maybe a few numbers here and there just to, 365,000, 650. Oh yeah, that would have been something. Days, right? 10 years, right? Yeah, I had to take a few with leap year and everything, right? Give a few, but, if she only slept with 1% of those men, I think the number he gave after rounding up was like about 37 men. And that's still only 1%. Now, this is a woman being hit on every day. And I thought about that because it made me think about this woman that used to be in a relationship with. Now, we had an honest on my part conversation about past sexual partners because she just asked me straight up. And she was counting everything too. Well, if you suck their breasts or something, count that. I was like, okay. All right. So, okay. I told her a number. She gave me a number. Now, her number was about 5. Her number was about 5. And it was it was funny. It only was guys that she was in relationships with. I knew it was, back then I said bullshit. I'm thinking bullshit. I just said, okay, this is going to be one of those. I was already used to that. So I said, I guess if she felt like she'd give me the real number, but I wasn't worried about it. I was just worried about what she was doing, dealing with me at that moment. And this before I knew about imprint or anything else. So I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking she had a fat ass. But she had told me one time she went 6 years without being with somebody. So I said, that's bullshit. That's the main part. Because I said, hold up. Because I'm looking at her, right? She probably one of the sexiest women I've been with. She had a legitimate Coke bottle figure. Like her face. I'd say her face is average. Average face, but killer ass body and stuff. And I looked at it. I said, ain't no way. This woman went 6 years with that body. I mean, she had a distinct walk. We had a name for it in our social circle. In fact, she was so sexy. This is one of the few women I approached. Like, her sex appeal was just dripping. Like, everything about her was just sexy. And she wasn't even thottish about it either. Like, if they had IG back then, she'd have had easily like a quarter million followers. Easily. And this without even dressing up crazy and everything. Just wearing some ordinary clothing. That's how her body was. It good Lord. Like Coke bottle figure and everything and stuff. And yeah, her face was more on the average side, but who gave a fuck? Look, I said, ain't no way out here, because I knew how dudes were. Because this is a sister, and she wasn't quite like a ratchet, and she was more like a 92 climber. So she'd been around the way, but she was climbing up. I said, ain't no way that she been through this far in life without some dude getting up in her. Like more than just what she mentioned. And no way she going 6 years without it. Now, it's a funny thing. Another dude who knew her better in this particular social circle, he knew her better. And I think they had hooked up, but neither one admitted to it. But I was just like, okay. Because this was a serious player. This is a dude the dude who like kind of clued me in about what she wasn't telling me. This is the type of dude, he'll come on YouTube, blow everybody away. Like blow every dating coach away. Like he was on some other level type of thing. Because he's psychological. He knew how to get into a woman psychologically. I would sit back and watch all of this, right? So he was like, nah, she down for one night stands easily and stuff. I was like, okay. But I knew she was doing that. See, the point was she was too sexy to have a low count or even be a virgin or something. Another woman, right? There's another woman, and she might see this, so I'm going to obscure some details. I'll just say she was a friend. Is a friend, really. But she had, like, to give her a clue if she watches this, and she'll probably see me again and be like, Rom. But she had, like, 3 dresses, a friend of mine, and stuff. Friend of the family, I'll put it like that. Friend of the family. She had 3 dresses. One was nicknamed Moneymaker because when she wore it, guys just came at her. There's a particular type of guy who came at her too when she wore it, right? Moneymaker. And it wasn't no slutty dress. It was kind of classy, just a form-fitting dress. Long too, went down to her ankles and stuff. But it was just so form-fitting and her body was just like that pow, right? She had that dress, Moneymaker. Had a better dress, had like a slit in it. We call that Super Moneymaker. And then she had one dress she wore very rarely, a short red dress. We call that Magna Moneymaker. Shit, we had to pull something from anime to describe that. That was like, that was a trance maker right there. Shit, couldn't even call that a money maker. That was a trance creator. You man see her in that go into trance. And she had a healthy body. She had a healthy body count. I mean, and the thing with her, she had dudes that other dudes would call Chad or Tyrone who came after her, right? They went after her. Because usually, they get all the women going crazy over them, the few that exist. Now, these guys were chasing her, and you'd be like, damn, those type of bodies. Look, here's the thing. A lot of guys always complain about a woman's body count. They even bringing spirituality into it, talking about soul ties and all of that. Okay, if you have a problem with that, okay, fine. You don't want that woman, and some dudes think she ran through if she had three men. And so okay, she had some partners. She had some experiences and stuff. Let's just say a healthy 10 to 20, right? Let's just say a healthy 10, and that's healthy. I'm gonna tell you why. She got her sex appeal going. See, if a woman's sexy, she got a body. She got a body, even just a decent face. The main part of sex appeal is her body, and as long as her face ain't busting. And let's be real, there's plenty of butter faces out there be getting some men. Plenty of butter faces. Let's just be real. Men might not want to be seen with them, but they got the men lined up. All right, so you got that woman like that. She's sexy and all of that. If you happen to meet her, and there's 2 ways of looking at this. First of all, and the second way is a good way, but the first way is she got a body count. She gonna have a body. She ain't gonna be no damn virgin. I want y'all to think about something. And I peeped this back in the early 90s when I was dealing with this one woman and stuff. And that stuff was good. Good Lord. I peeped this there. A sexy woman is always, from the time she steps out her door, maybe depending on where she live, she might not even step out her door good. She might live in an apartment complex. She come out her door, one of her neighbors be like, hey, what's up? The maintenance man be like, hey, what's up? Guy working at the front desk, hey, what's up? Shoot. If she take a public transportation or a subway, guys gonna be like trying to holler at her. So you got some women, they got all these guys spitting that game. They flashing their money. And some of them, some of them going to be some dudes she think is fine. Only way that she is going to keep a low count in her 20s, she would have to get in a relationship with a guy and then be loyal to him. But if she's just normally single, have a normal relationship, even when she had relationships, like even when she break up from a guy, you know how many guys going to be in her damn friend zone just waiting? Be like, hey, how's it going with your guy? Oh, damn, that's too bad. If you need anybody to talk to, I'm right here. She going to have a shit. She'll have a fucking roster, even if she ain't fucking all of them. If she's sexy like that, use some common sense. She is going to have constant men coming for her. Constant men. But there's a good part in it. But before I even get to that part, and the good part ain't the men coming for her, it's part of the good part, but I'll get into that when I wrap all this up. Here's the thing. If the woman is sexy, she's going to have the men coming for her. It's going to be hard for her to maintain her virtue. You got guys, they're going to come in, they're going to be playing to her vanity. Some going to be taking her out. Some going to be willing to trick. She getting it from all angles, you know? She be on her job. Bosses are going to give her some favors if she shows them some favors. If she want to get on that acculturated prostitution thing, it's going to happen constantly. But then you get some guys, they want that same woman, and they definitely want it because they think she's sexy too, but thinking she going to have a low count or get mad she says she been with more than 10 men. I'm like, what the fuck you expect? See, that's the problem. Like, if a guy sincerely wants a low count woman, they are out there. It's inaccurate to say every single woman got like a count more than 10. That's very inaccurate. But here's the problem with that. The problem with that is if that woman has a low count and she's either a virgin or extremely low count, not getting any play, it's usually because she's unattractive. First of all, got zero sex appeal, even if she got a nice body, because there's more sex appeal is more behavior and everything. So she'll have, typically, this is typical, there's always an exception, but this is a general profile of a woman with a low count. All right, she ain't going to be as pretty. You know, that's something, at least get you over there. Ain't going to have that body that's going to give you that boner. You ain't going to be like this with her. She either going to be like too slim or she'll be just no shape. All right? She might have an attitude where she's more introverted or something. Quite frankly, she could be on the spectrum. Quite frankly. And stuff. And that's not everyone, but these are just factors that you'll find with women with legitimately low counts. She might be ultra religious. Where she's sincere about, you know, her spiritual path. And if spiritual path say nothing until you get married. You do have those women. Just some. Some of the women getting down. And I said this yesterday. You get some women, technical virgins and stuff. They haven't been penetrated. But they could give seminars on giving a blowjob. So you got that, right? You got that. So you got a bunch of stuff, and then something, and I'm gonna talk about this on my I got a schedule for my Patreon on Saturday. See, I get deep into everything on my Patreon. She might just have low libido. There's just some women, they just got, and no matter how they look, they could have a Coke bottle figure, even show it up, but they just got a low libido. Their sex drive is hypoactive, which means it's not as strong. So she just ain't trying to throw it and stuff. So, but see, here's the problem with them. Some guy might marry them thinking they getting something, but if a woman has a low libido or she was a virgin or hyper religious or something, that shit ain't gonna change when you say I do. So some guys thinking they getting that. Like I know one guy, and this was on that religious tip. He was in one of those groups. Some people called it a cult. I ain't gonna talk shit about some path. I'll just say, man, you had a name for it. I don't know what they're doing now, but he's part of this group. Met a woman in the group, both virgins and stuff. When they got married, afterwards, he said he still felt like a virgin. Right now, they're in a sexless marriage. They are in a sexless marriage. Like a lot of these sexless marriages, you know, seriously, sometimes the woman might not want the guy. Sometimes she just don't like the fuck. So that's that, that's when you get it. See, let's be real. A lot of guys, they want that woman to get down, back that thing up, go down on her, do all the freaky stuff. But if you want that, you gotta have a woman who's got some practice doing it. You know, you can say all this stuff. Now, if you don't want that, well, you know what? There's plenty of women who got low libido, they ultra religious thing, and they'll stay that way. Seriously, because you get some women like that, they'll have just enough sex just to have a baby, and then all of a sudden it's no. Shoot, because that's one thing. A lot of dudes who are married, they in such marriages, they'll tell other dudes, hey, man, don't do it. Don't do it. You know, in fact, I did a video one time talking about how, like, that wedding ring could be a magnet. They probably needed to be because their wives ain't having sex with them anymore. Shoot. I mean, that's some real stuff. What the fuck is it about me that people park? Somebody parked right behind me. What the fuck is? Look at all these open spaces over here. What the fuck? What is it? I drive a regular car. Seriously, I drive a very nondescript, modest car. Ain't no Porsche. Shoot. Ain't no Maserati. I don't know what it is about my car. I'm like, man, look at all these spaces over here. She ain't have to park here. What the fuck? Anyway, right? And she probably right up on my shit, too. I might have to go out and have an N-word moment. Anyway, right? One of the things, too, because I said there was two parts of that, a woman with, you know, a healthy count. There's two parts of it. The second part, which is actually beneficial to the man, especially if she's a sexy woman, if she gets with you, that's saying something about you because you got a ton of competition. Seriously, because think about it. You get with that sexy, okay, say the woman had, let's give her a count of 13. Now, some guys, they go crazy over it and stuff. Oh, that's too many. Okay, well, go get one of those low libido women and stop bitching and stuff. Okay, she'll tell you. You know what? She might actually be honest with you. She might actually say, look, I've been with 13. Well, if she say 13, give her at least 2. I generally say 5. So 18 guys. Let's put it like that. All right, she look at you. She said, yeah, I've been with 18 guys and stuff. She honest, but she still get with you. Now, think about it. She's sexy. Well, hold up now. Anyway, she's sexy, right? She's sexy. No matter where she go, guys are trying to get with her. Guys are trying to holler at her. In fact, she's sexy to the point, even when you walking with a guy's trying to be like a little on some slick shit. They trying to be on some slick shit, you know? Even when you might have to get to that point and like, damn, I might have to go to somebody's job. What does that really say about you? If a sexy woman get with you, that automatically says you're better than the rest of these guys. That says you're select. Because if a woman has a real... Look, let me say something about that select thing. Most women, if they could limit even their friend zone to just select men, they'll do so. And yes, some select men, believe it or not, can get into the friend zone. Believe it or not. Or at least breaking... I put it breaking case of emergency zone. Seriously. So you got a woman. She's sexy as hell. She's sexy. She always get attention. She ain't gonna fuck with a non-select dude. You know? And she gonna, and especially, you know, she young, she in her 20s. She ain't hit nothing considered a wall. Hell, she could be in her 30s and 40s. She keep her shape. She's still messing with select dudes. Just the fact that she's just dealing with you when she got options mean you the fucking man. I want you to think seriously. Think about her life. Take the emotion out. Think about it. You got this woman over everybody else. When she had options. Some of those options probably look better than you. Some of those options probably had more money. All this other stuff. Even better game. Supposedly better game. But it was something about you that she wanted. I want y'all to think about it. Just sit back and say, hold up. Be like, hold up. Damn. Uncle Rom got a point. Seriously, that's how you got to look at it. You pulling her from all this other stuff. She going for you and stuff. I've dealt with some women they told me straight up. Some guys, they say the guy better looking than you, he got more money than you, but it's something about you, huh? That's how you got to look at it. Because the fact of the matter is, if you're dealing with a sexy woman, You ain't just competing with whoever. See, some guys don't want to deal with that count thing because they worried about some guy satisfying them more, you know. They worried about the imprint, ghost, all that stuff. Okay. Well, first of all, with the imprint, you might actually match her imprint, so that might be good for you. I'm just saying. And as far as the ghost, the beauty of the ghost is if you deal with it a certain way, you can erase the ghost. The imprint and the ghost are two different things. But you can override the ghost easily. The imprint is a little bit harder. Well, way harder. But and even then it don't go anywhere. You just kinda you have to match. Let's put it like this. You gotta match the imprint in order to try to override it. So if you don't match it, you ain't overriding it. So, and the ghost, like I said, that's a separate thing. You can always beat out the ghost even if you don't know it's there. If you get her more, you turn her out more, you get her more emotionally invested in you. You tap that emotional core. Shout out BGS Idmore because he had pointed that out. You can override that. So you beating out all this stuff. That says something about you. If you can get a sexy woman, you win in the competition. And especially if you know how to carry yourself and everything. So that's not a bad thing. Especially when she got options. Now, if she don't have options and shit, now that's something different. Like, she's settling for you if she don't have options. But if a woman got options, she's sexy. She walk down the street, guys always trying to get at her. Like I said, even when you with her, they trying to be slick about it, like to the point you might have to be like, damn, I'm going to go to his job. Even when they at that level, when they attractive, they picking you over all these other men. I want y'all to think about that. Because ultimately it's a competition. Like, you got a bunch of guys saying they want a dime and, she got to be a minimum 6 or saying all this stuff. You want the very attractive woman. You competing. You have no choice but to compete because other guys going for her. So if she pick you over all those guys, that say something about you. I want y'all to think about that, all right? So anyway, though, that's all I got for today. Oh, man, I need a vacation, man. I need a vacation. I'm just tired. And I'll just say something real quick, but I can't. I'll just say there's some circumstances in the real world. Not bad, but they interesting. Just found out I gotta limit what I say around here. I'm finding out I'm having fans around here. There's some people I don't even know well. They like, they telling other people like, oh yeah, he be on. I was like, oh shit. That's good and bad. So that means I gotta watch what I'm saying now. I don't know. I still think somebody in this grocery store is on some black pill shit. Just a vibe. And be watching these videos. Yeah. If he say something to me, I can go to his jaw. So anyway. Yeah, but yeah, that's the thing, man. You gotta be realistic. If you're dealing with if it's an attractive woman, she's gonna have a decent count. I would just say, as long as it's a reasonable count, and yeah, just as long as it's reasonable. Don't worry about anything that happened before. Only pay attention what she's doing while she with you and stuff, because you didn't know her. Now if it's a situation where you happen to know her during that old time, well, you friend zoned anyway, so don't worry about it. So anyway, that's all I got for today. I'll get back with y'all tomorrow. Romeo out.